Hello, everyone, and welcome to Petite to Queen's Claim Your Career Crown podcast. I'm your host, Lynn, and today I'm joined by our wonderful guest, Anna Andrea Martinez. And we are going to be talking about why planning and producing virtual events unlocks your business growth. And I'm going to tell you something about Anna. Anna Andrea is on a mission to create fun, irresistible experiences that make a profit and an impact in this world. Anna Andrea was born and raised in El Salvador. She has an award-winning professional event planner with an event planning degree. And I'm not sure if I'll get this right, Anna, Universidad de Palermo.
You got it.
Well, there you go. Nailed it first time. She has over 12 years of experience in planning and producing events. And Anna Andrea started her digital marketing business in 2015. She learned to design, build websites, funnels, and create courses to help entrepreneurs in Spanish and English. Anna became a chatbot expert in 2018, and by 2019, decided to become an agency partner with ManyChat. Automation can be fun, but she quickly realized her main passion was in events. So Anna Andrea merged both her tech knowledge with events, pivoting into virtual event planning and production in 2019. During the 2020 pandemic and the lockdowns, the events industry had to choose between canceling or pivoting to online. This was when Anna Andrea had the epiphany on how to make better events online and how to create impact globally with her 555 irresistible, I can't even say that, virtual events formula. So we're just going to say with that, and I know that you're going to do it better. Anna Andrea, welcome so much to the show. I'm really excited to be here and with you and share this information.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lynn. That was amazing. Thank you for the intro. I am so excited to be here too. And yeah, I don't know if we can keep using the word excited, but because I can hear my grammar teacher saying, don't use the same word in two sentences. So, but I am super pumped about being here and sharing so that we can make better events, all of us together. There takes a village, and there's so much impact that we need to do. And I say need because more than ever, there's need for transformational events, and virtually can connect us globally. So I'm passionate about that.
Yes, yes. All right. And for those of you who are joining us virtually for the very first time, I want to point out that you don't need to ever miss a single episode of Claim Your Career Crown by subscribing wherever you get your podcasts. And if you love what we're doing, please take that extra moment to give us a 5-star review. We would very much appreciate it. So, Anna, let's sort of dive in here and sort of do some more of the backstory because I know we sort of talked about what got you inspired and how you've pivoted and developed your business. But, you know, there's more probably back there. Let's dive in.
Of course, let's do it. So, that's a good question. What made me focus in my business for virtual events and doing digital and merging both. And it's like I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. So I got upset all the time when I heard you had to choose one thing.
Yeah.
Now, I understand the principle about choosing the one thing. And I managed to put it all together under one umbrella without saying, no, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. But taking ownership and saying, you know what? Yes. And like you read it in my bio, it's like I do website bots, membership sites, and I design. I am an autodidact designer. I learned by myself in Canva. Like I've been paying Canva for over 3 years. Like I'm one of their premium customers. I'm always there and learning. And I'm passionate about design, and all of this comes together when it comes to events, and especially now virtually. They all merged, and it was like this epiphany that I had. And that's how the planner birthed out of me. I was like, okay, let's put all that I know from university and put it to the planner, because virtual events is 80% the same.
Yeah.
What only changes is the virtual aspect of it, the hosting aspect of it, and that's 20%. So I saw too many, I don't know if I can say this word here, but crappy events, virtual events that sucked, that were boring, that were glorified webinars. And I'm going to say it. And I don't care if you are a multi-million dollar company that made that terrible event. Oh my gosh. It's like they were scrambling like crazy, these event planners, instead of contacting the digital marketers and partnering up with them. Like they made this such big mistake trying to do it by themselves. And
Yeah.
that brought me into what I love, which is events and collaboration. And Barry and Blue from Sage Event Management, they're my mentors in this area, and they put on an event called the Virtual Event on Virtual Events. I met so many colleagues, and it blew my mind. I was like, wait, I'm in El Salvador. They're all over the United States and Canada and Europe. And I'm get to know all these people that I would have never met
Yeah.
otherwise. So I was like, this is it. And that's this when it finally set up into the one thing. Because I've been hearing it for a long time, from 2016, right? I didn't want to be the bot girl. I didn't want to be the website girl. I didn't want, it was not my thing. And then I worked with a branding coach, Julia Baxter. I love her. She got me into working with her because, I was like so lost. And she's like, okay, let me help you. And we put all this brand together. And that's how Irresistible Virtual Events came out. And then in 2020, the formula.
All right. Well, that is wonderful. Thank you so much for going through that and how you put that all together. And you just hit on that you've created this very unique process. And I have to tell you, I have also been on those things type of events that they're boring, that they're and or that they are just simply webinars have taken on this really bad name because it's just pitch, 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 instead of I'm here to get value. I'm here to learn, right? And I'm here to
Oh, yeah.
help get some help. And so I'd love to hear about the process that you've created. 555.
Okay. So it's the Irresistible Virtual Events formula. We have 5 stages where we design, build. So I'm going to go through them. We design, we build, we fill it, we produce it, and then we profit. See how the profiting is the last one?
Yeah.
Because we need a solid foundation. Now, while we're designing it, while we're in stage 1, we add the other 5, which is, how humans, we're all the same, but we're all different. And we have 16 personalities, 12 zodiac signs. We got the original 4 personalities, right? So many things. A cluster, the human design, your enneagram, blah blah blah. So many things. But there's 5 things that we can connect with each other that are the same for everybody. Well, almost everybody, you know, because some don't have these. But we got the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. So when we incorporate this in the design process and we are intentional, so there's a reason why these event planners are doing the things they're doing to make it engaging, to make it fun, to make it transformational, and not just put all the pressure on the host. And the other 5 are the 5 event languages. The 5 event languages are gifts, quality time, acts of service, words of impact, and fun. Fun is a language. And if you can't be fun, people are going to go to their end of the event and they're going to say, thank God that's over.
Yeah.
Or they're going to say, wow, oh my God, no, I can't believe that's over. What do you want? Same phrase, different feeling, different tone of voice. And what you want is people to be so depressed that it's over. That's what you want. That they're sad and they're already buying the ticket for the next one
Yes.
because they had so much fun. So when we incorporate the five senses and the five event languages to the design of the stage one, what we create is an irresistible virtual event experience because
Oh,
we're
right.
intentional while we're doing it. I hope
Brilliant.
that,
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and it really does. It makes a lot of sense. I love how you presented that, and it's really quite deep. So I'm just sort of curious when you're putting this, all together, and building out your business and your formula. Was there anything that held you back? That sort of, a stumbling block or an area of challenge, or just something that inside that was going like, I can't do this.
oh my gosh, all the time, always. I heard this little voice telling me, who do you think you are? You're from El Salvador. All these people have a reputation, the event industry. You cannot just show up and say that you make the best events. You got to prove it. You got to prove yourself. There are some industries that you can just walk right in and become an expert, and everybody's going to like feel like you're an expert. In the chatbot industry, for example, because it was new, we were all experts. But in the event industry, it's been for centuries. Like events have been created forever. So it's like, dang it, I have to create a reputation. You know how hard it is to build a reputation?
Well, yeah.
Jeez. I was like, it's gonna take me forever. So I had this little voice. It's like, no, you can't do it. Stay in your lane. Do the tech stuff because it makes you more money. Also, I had this nagging voice that I was charging too little
Hmm.
because I did not value. I thought I was less valuable than a service provider in the US, for example.
Hmm.
I had that mindset, that money mindset that was in the dirt. Before I even got to all this in 2019, I hate to say it, but I was crying for money because I was so desperate. And it all changed when everything started to fall into place. But I had to do a money detox, money
Hmm.
mindset detox. And I also use this in when my clients come to me one on one. I help them with mindset a lot. And I help them detox their mindset because we come from all this money beliefs, all this value beliefs, all this expert beliefs. I was like, who do you think you are? You're a girl from a third world country that's quote unquote not that dangerous anymore. But I live in a bubble and tourists are fine. Trust me, you can come. I'm actually starting to build this packages so I can create retreats here in El Salvador because it's beautiful. It's paradise. But I had to see that through the eyes of my best friend that came all the way from Europe and saw El Salvador through different eyes. I had to fall in love with where I came from and who I was and detox that money mindset because, oh my gosh, nights crying about money, like crying about money, crying about a tool. Now I think it's like ridiculous. Why are you doing that? Stop it. But when you're in the thick of it, it's so hard. And I have to keep my friends close, encouraging me, being my cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Because when I want to quit, that's who I turn to, my business besties. They're like, no, Anna, you cannot.
Yeah.
And then I get reminders from all over the place. Like God sends me signals and like, no, you're on the right track. Stop it. We need to make a bigger impact. And this is a way. I'm like, okay. But it's
Yeah.
so hard to wait. You know, it's
Yeah.
so hard. It's so hard to keep going every day when you see your colleagues and you know you have something special, but you see your colleagues doing crappy events and making millions of dollars, right? And I'm like, wow. But then uh, falling into that comparison trap, I think that that's what I've been working the most, the money thing and the comparison thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
'Cause,
mean,
oh
that all
my
makes sense. Yeah. Well, and I think everyone has that. I call it negative Nelly, whispering in your ear. And I mean, you sort of touched that. You find that your clients have some of these same um, challenges or the money detox. I love that phrase. But what else do you find when you're working with clients and you're putting together maybe their first event, or they've done events before and they're going like, well, no, I've tried that. What do you find holds them back?
Oh, ooh, what holds them back? Well, first, if they've already done this before and it didn't work, it's not necessarily the strategy that doesn't work. It's us that don't work, that we don't work. So it's always a mindset thing. Like it always comes back to like our beliefs and our mindset, like all the time. So what I do is like, okay, I like to see a lot of sides of the story, especially
Mhm.
when there's drama. I need to hear it from everybody's voice to see which sounds truthful. And I like analyze. So I use the same with my clients, right? I'm like, okay, how if we see it another way, right? And I give them other options that are similar but different so we can test it. And I have to remind them that all of this is an experiment. That marketing, that's why I created the agency Irresistible Marketing Lab. It's a lab. Marketing is science. And if everybody forgot what science was, it's an experiment on where we test things and we see if they work or don't work.
Yeah.
And that's, the biggest block that holds people back, right? It's like, I've already tried it, but it didn't work. Maybe we can change the angle or maybe we can move it around, right? And then the other biggest thing is that they're overwhelmed and worried with anxiety. They're filled with anxiety
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of work to do an event. Virtual events are no different. If you rush it, oh, you're going to be sorry that you didn't take your time.
Yeah.
So what I help them with is like, first of all, I keep them on their tabs. I'm like, this is due, this is due, this is due. Even if the tools and everybody in the emails and all the automation is reminding them, they need to hear it from me. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
get your act together.
Yeah.
And that actually gives them peace of mind because they know that somebody else has the control. So it's like not having that control, they feel like they're all scattered all over the place. So that brings them anxiety. And I know a lot about anxiety. Like I have to have acrylic nails because I bite my nails. It is, and I found the solution for it.
Yeah.
Like I tried the things and the spice in my nails, all this stuff. They tried everything except therapy. I think we need to work on that. But this helped, right? So
Yeah.
I helped them find solutions to their problems so that they don't have that anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would think that that would be the number one thing that can you really can hold anyone back from anything, but certainly holding, a virtual event and doing those. I think the planning is so important to put all the pieces into place, and it's just leading up to the event and then having the event, but what happens after the event, right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And that's like closing that loop.
Exactly. Because most of the people that think about doing an event, the coaches, speakers, entrepreneurs, they think that the event is the end, but it's not. It's the
Yeah.
means to the end.
Yes.
And like you said, you close the loop, but you start that loop again. Events are the backbone of any successful business, just like customer service. And I'm obsessed with customer service too. So they're backbones. And thinking that the event is over when, everybody goes home. No, we can't. We have to keep people in the event bubble. So if you burst the bubble too prematurely, you're not gonna create that community. You're not gonna upsell your offer. You're not going to get them into your membership, whatever it is, right? It's not going to happen. And the point was, so people kept working with you. It's not just the event. The point is that people should continue the journey with you.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's so important when thinking about events. Like, why are we doing this? And I asked the 5 W's of marketing. Everything starts with the 5 W's. And if you don't go through the 5 W's, it's not going to work. So why? Why are you doing this event? And then
Yeah.
ask yourself 7 times. I think it was what's his name?
Well, it's a Six Sigma training. You ask 6 times
Yes, yes,
to get
that.
to the root cause of the why, because otherwise you're just sort of scratching the surface. It's sort of like peeling back an onion until you get to what, or an artichoke, whatever it is, to get to the center of what's the why. Yeah.
Yes, that.
Sometimes you
And
can
that
actually
will
get it
help
on the
you.
first why, but you keep asking that because you'll say, well, wait, there's also this, and oh, wait. That's also a classic sales trick. And I don't want to call it a trick, but it's a way to, when you're asking a client and you've asked them a question, the answer is to go, hmm, because then they're gonna, that pause, you've given them a positive like response in the sense of, hmm, but you don't say anything. And then they start thinking, okay, wait, they want more information. I didn't give them enough. And then they're going to answer and provide more information. And then that actually gets you closer to that why, right? The actual answer.
Yes. And when
Yeah.
we discover all the whys, we can use that as well during the planning intentionally when we're looking at the 5 event languages. Because
Yeah.
events are a labor of love. And when we unpeel that onion with the whys, we will find that the root cause, it's always something very deep in your heart.
Yeah.
And when we touch that emotion and that heart, oh, things are beautiful. Things are beautiful no matter how many people show up, no matter if it was a, super $1 billion event or if it was a broke even event. um it's the transformation. It's the taking someone from not knowing something to being able to apply it. It's like the process and the journey. So that's why, I think that why, finding out that why is so important. And that way we can figure out the next part after the event. What are we going to do after?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's to your point. Yeah. That's keeping them in that bubble. Well, okay. So now for anyone who's listening and they're, I mean, as fascinated as I am, what would you be like your top piece of advice for somebody who's either A, thinking about event or has had an event that, maybe it went okay, but, you know, they, what do you, what, I can't even get it out. Like, what would you, obviously that's such an open-ended question, but what would you say first that they need? Where does somebody need to start first? What can they do right now today to start putting together a better event?
Okay. So if you already done an event and you feel like it's not successful enough or not doesn't give you that joy, I think you have to go back to your community because your event is not about you.
Right.
It's about them,
Yeah.
all of them. Every single one of those humans or star seeds that are taking the time from their calendar and their lives, they're giving you the most precious asset that they have, their
Yeah.
time. So look at your event. And I know that we tend, and I do this a lot, we tend to look at the negative first, but I use it in the Stoic method. So in the Stoic philosophy, I'm all about philosophers. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like to think. So when we come to this thinking all the negative, right? It's like, this didn't go well, this was wrong, blah, 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 blah. Okay, make the list. Make it. Not just ponder on it and like keep it going all day and saying you're a failure because of that, but like pull it all down, put it on paper. Okay? Now that we have that, right? Look at your community. Ask them, how did they enjoy the event? What did they get out of it? So you get out of the negativity funk that everything went wrong, and you hear what your audience and community perceived, because
Yes.
perception is reality.
Yes.
Perception is reality. We like it or not. What we see and what we focus on will appear. So make that list of everything that went wrong. Make it. It's fine. Then go to your audience and ask them, like, after we do the event, we have to ask them, we have to survey them, we have to know what the heck happened. We got to get into their minds. So ask them about that, get some feedback, and then find the solutions, but
Right.
not overcomplicate it. Like, go back to that list, and instead of seeing all the problems, think about solutions. Because when I work with when my team, oh my gosh, my team, poor my team, I ask for solutions. I don't, like, if you bring me a problem, so what's the solution? What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we can cry for a minute. Cry, it's fine if you want to cry. I love crying. I'm a crier. But let it go. Feel the feeling. Let it go. You're not a failure. This was a successful event, even if only one person showed up, because you showed up, and
Yeah.
you showed up for that one person. And then you do it again. And then you see it and you do it and you repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And trust me, not even Tony Robbins, not even Russell, not even them always feel like they've had a successful result.
Right. Yeah.
So don't think we're different. We all have that negative Nelly, like you were saying, right? So write it down so it's out of your thoughts into the paper, and then go get good feedback. Go get some love. Go get some love from your audience, and then love them back and ask them, how can I do better? What would you like to see next? And be curious. So that would be like the most important part of all this. Be curious. Don't be bitter. Be better.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Don't be better, be better.
Don't be
All
bitter, be
right.
better. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow. That's such great advice. And I hope everyone listened to that very carefully. Don't be better, be better. Anna, Andrea, thank you so much for sharing why planning and producing virtual events unlocks your business growth. And I just want to point out to everyone that you can get a copy of her workbook for free by going onto her website, the irresistiblemarketinglab.com. And in addition to that, I just want everyone here to find out from you, Anna. I know that they're going to want to know more about you and where they can find out more about you.
Okay, so I hang out the most on Instagram. So you can find me in Irresistible Latina. I also hang out on LinkedIn and on Facebook a lot. So there you can find me with my names, Anna Andrea. And just go, if you go to irresistiblemarketinglab.com, there's this contact option. It says work with me in the menu, and just click that and send me an email, get a call, book a call, you know. That's the easiest part. But on Instagram, I'm always on Instagram.
All right. Well, we'll have all those links right below. So Anna is one click away. And I want to thank everyone who came and joined us for this very informative discussion. Um, wow, it was just fantastic. And for those of you who have ideas that you'd like to share or comments, you can leave that down below. We do love hearing your thoughts. We want that feedback. Okay. And if you have a question or would like to suggest a topic for discussion, you can email us at jointheconversation at petitetoqueen.com. And of course, to stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, incredible episodes like the one today, you can sign up for our weekly Wisdoms newsletter and you won't miss a single thing. And I want to thank everyone who tuned in and who listened. And Anna, thank you so much. This has been absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Lynn, for having me. I'm so excited. This was so much fun.